For any government dealing with the challenges of development, social inclusion, and eradication of poverty, information and communication technologies have the potential to become powerful social enablers. This is because of their inherent ability to overcome barriers of class, caste, and color by allowing everyone equal access to information.
The purpose of this project has been to take ideas and to push them a little bit further to see whether they are indeed robust methods of being able to use ICT for development. ICT is all about information. It's about gathering information and being able to use it in such a way that it indeed becomes knowledge itself, that people are able then to apply it to their everyday lives in a way that makes their lives better, makes them easier, and through that we are able to achieve the goals of all development agencies, which is the improvement of quality of life.
To improve its understanding of the manner in which technology can really be used to touch people's lives, the Government of India partnered with the UNDP to initiate a project with the National Institute for Smart Government as the implementing agency. The underlying idea was to undertake multiple pilot projects in various parts of the country to try out ICT interventions using different processes, models, and technologies in partnership with local stakeholders.
In India, the economic level of development is more appropriate for 80% of the world when they are looking at developmental models. The models of developed countries are not necessarily those which they can emulate or hope to emulate. And therefore, this offers a very different path of innovatively combining current technology, disruptive technologies, different business models linked to delivering value to people who are at the lower level of the economic, in terms of economic levels, and putting it all together in a viable framework which brings development faster.
In keeping with the Millennium Development Goals, projects taken up under this initiative were classified into 4 thematic areas: enhancing rural livelihoods, improving governance, enabling women's empowerment, and facilitating integrated citizen services. The focus was on the common citizen, and the idea was to look at ways in which the everyday lives of the disadvantaged could be improved in significant ways with the help of technology. And so, while the e-Krishi project in Kerala sought to connect rural farmers with trade contacts and markets through ICT, the Mitra project in Dungarpur and the Nandani project in Orissa looked specifically at improving rural incomes by introducing more efficient ways to reach and help the poorer sections of society through mobiles and specially developed software. The M-Governance project carried out in West Bengal showed how mobiles could be used for real-time monitoring of development projects, even in inaccessible areas, for efficient reporting of government schemes. While the Drishti project demonstrated how ICT could be used in accounting, monitoring, and service delivery within Gram Panchayats, while also facilitating better social audits. Projects like Mahiti Mitra in Gujarat and e-procurement in Karnataka, on the other hand, gave the common man instant access to information on government schemes, applications for various permits, and government contracts and tenders, thus eliminating problems of red tape and middlemen and promoting better governance. The Video project in Tamil Nadu used technology in innovative ways, such as video chatting and audio SMSs, to cut across the digital divide and help poor rural women find empowerment through easily accessible information about their legal and social entitlements. The Mahiti Manthan project in Mysore, on its part, trained local women in media production to produce programming addressing local issues and concerns for dissemination through community radios, thus giving the women a voice they never had before. And projects like Bangalore One in Karnataka and the Sugam Center in Himachal Pradesh help the common citizen by providing one-stop shops for government services. The projects covered not just urban centers, but also rural, hilly and difficult to access areas.
Whenever we get money from organizations like UNDP, this money is available basically for experimentation. So you can play with that money, you can take a lot of risk, and depending upon the success, depending upon the learning, you can upscale it.
An important feature of the ICTD initiative was that each pilot project was picked keeping not just local requirements in mind through need assessment surveys, but also undertaken with local stakeholders, thus allowing both the government and civil society organizations an opportunity to listen to and work with each other.
The involvement of others like communities, self-help communities, civil society organizations and others is also a very critical element in the delivery of these types of services, even after, and maybe more so especially after the use of technology in delivering these services.
Other important features included a strong community government interface, as also an emphasis on facilitating transparency, efficiency and accountability in government processes by giving access to information.
Now with the help of ICT, it is possible to give access to information to each and every citizen, not only in the urban area but in the rural areas also, and that too in his or her local area.
The lessons from the ICTD project have been interesting. For starters, it has been realized that public-private partnerships must follow different models of investments, ownership and revenue generation based on the type of project undertaken. Many of the initiatives have shown a potential for becoming financially self-sustainable. Mobile phones, with their accessibility and affordability, are clearly poised to become important tools for monitoring and delivering services in the future. ICTs can empower the most marginalized sections through appropriate training and capacity building. Also, the process of empowerment of women is seen to take on a fresh impetus through ICT. Besides, many projects have shown rural entrepreneurship as being viable. Most important, however, has been the learning that even those in rural areas are willing to pay for services and training programs if they find them useful, and that ICT initiatives can be successful only with adequate levels of ground support. The ICTD pilot project has also shown a clear path forward for the Indian government's larger e-governance plan.
The plan is to extend and the reach of e-governance and make it much more comprehensive and all-embracing, so that the entire citizen or business on one side and government on the other side, that interface is completely electronic and transparent, in keeping with the mission of the government of achieving transparency in public life.
People-friendly, transparent and efficient. The ICTD pilot projects have shown that when imagination is matched with the needs of people, cutting-edge technology can be harnessed to change lives for the poorest and most inaccessible of citizens in a nation.